Being Senior Executive Vice President of the Rangers for the last 6 years and President of the Foundation, I had a chance to actually be inside of the Rangers in the last run that we've made. I've seen the teams come together. I helped put the club together. And one of the things that I wanted to share, first of all, is that a leader shows the direction. He shows the way, and he models it. Your walk talks and your talk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. Your walk talks and your talk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. Eddie Childs, one of the early owners of the Rangers and also in the oil business, said, Jim, it's not what you expect people to do, it's what you inspect. It's their actions. It's not what they say they're doing, it's what you see they're doing, their actions. It's important that the person at the top has integrity and that they show the way, and they often, and they don't just talk it, they walk it. They show it themselves. Nolan Ryan, who had been at the top of our organization until about a year ago, was premier at doing that. He had a lifetime of integrity in baseball, a businessman, a cattleman, also in the beef industry, a guy who had kind of an entrepreneur. And I had the ability, I was telling people earlier, I had the ability to broker him into the organization. Several years ago, our owner decided he thought he could move our president to one of the other sports that he owned. He owned the Rangers, he owned the Dallas Stars, and that we would run by an executive team, which in my view was not a good direction. I didn't necessarily say that. I took a major risk in my career to actually call Nolan up and say, hey, I was like your owner of the president of the Rangers, and he wasn't real keen on that at first. Talked to the owner says, you know, I love it, but I'm not sure he would be willing to come back. 9 days later, Nolan was president of the Rangers. And what he brought was a philosophy, credibility, stamina. He understood the game. He was a business guy. We moved into what was a fan-friendly, family-friendly organization. And one in that he walked it and he talked it all the time. He was there from the beginning of the game to the end. And so a leader must show the direction, show the way, and be there where people see you, and that you are there for them. The second thing is to communicate the direction. This is really about messaging internally. Our general manager was really good at this. This is not necessarily Nolan's strength, but this was the strength of our general manager of the Texas Rangers. And so he was able to message, which is selling and marketing the vision. What it is you're trying to do. There could be 3, 5, 6 bullet points. The smaller the better, but whatever it is, you are touching on it all the time with the people you're engaging on a regular basis. You're constantly selling and marketing the idea. You know, today in our busy world, how many times do you have to see a piece of marketing before you actually buy into it? Internally, even in an organization, the leader needs to communicate consistently to those in his area, and then those in below pan out and talk to their people. You're constantly messaging, and you're selling, you're marketing the direction that you're going until everybody sees it, knows it, and they can actually communicate it to their people. So communicating the direction is also a very important part of this. Show the direction, communicate the direction, and then the willingness, what I say, to adjust the direction, have tweak the direction details here. You're not going to give up on the vision, but you may have to tweak something because of a cultural change. And I have come to realize that if you push your will against what you can't control, you're going to end up with blood all over your face. And so you learn to push your will against what you can control. And otherwise, it's like holding back an ocean. You've got to have a willingness to adjust or tweak directional details. Not necessarily the vision, but because of the culture and the changing times, a person has to be able to adjust. So a leader shows the way, the direction, communicates the direction internally so everybody's on board, and then there has to be a willingness to adjust, otherwise you wear yourself out. The second piece, responsibility to the team, and each one of these really have so many more elements to it. You can do a 15, 16 point thing on leadership, and the same thing on teamwork. I'm going to brush through what I have experienced to be, I think, the tops of some of these. The responsibility of the team, coming together is the beginning. It's really about valuing others. You have a group of people that are coming together, and there are some important things that have to take place or be understood within that group. I think baseball positions, a baseball team gives you the best look at how people are designed, their skill set is designed differently, and has to be accepted by the person next to them. Not everybody has the same skill set, and so you start in the outfield, and the outfield generally, the corner outfielders are your power guys. They drive in runs, they hit home runs, or they hit for high averages. The right fielder has the strongest arm of the outfielders because he generally makes the longest throw. Basically, that's really the throw that's made to third base. Everybody makes the same throw to second. Everybody makes the same throw to home. But the right fielder makes the longest throw to third base. And so we put the guy with the strongest arm generally in right field. The center fielder has to be the fastest because he's going to cover more territory than everybody else. The corner outfielders are restricted by the lines. They can only go so far, and then it's out of play. But the center fielder has the ability to go as far as he wants to go. And he has to say so. If he calls for the ball, the others let him off. He generally steals bases, hits for a high average, or scores a lot of runs. I mean, this is a model for a team. The corner infielders are power guys. The third baseman generally has a really good glove and is quick with his feet. He has to be able to make a quick step to either side to keep the ball from going down the line or keep the ball from going between short and himself. He has to be able to come in on a ball and pick it up and throw it. Your middle guys, your first baseman, he doesn't need an arm, basically. I mean, you put your, one of the places to put your first baseman is your slowest guy and your guy that doesn't have much of an arm. But he hits the heck out of the ball. Your middle infielders are your guys that are great fielding guys. Your shortstop is your best range guy with stronger arm than the second baseman. But it helps to have the second baseman with a strong arm for the ball that's hit up the middle. Ian Kinsler is always very good at going up the middle and throwing a guy out. Your catcher, he has to be the smartest, best looking. He has to spot. He has to go spot. He has to be able to work with pitchers. Generally, he doesn't have to hit a lot, but if he does, it's great. Ivan Rodriguez hit a lot. He has to be somewhat intelligent until he can move the guys in the infield. His body has to be sturdy and stamina and take a lot of beating and stuff like that. And then your pitchers, they just have to kind of like show up, right? The non-athletes is what we call the pitchers. And, they're just there. Thank you, Taylor. They're just there. So they know, the pitchers know the position players make fun of them because they come in every 5 days and they show up and they pitch. They're the best golfers on the team because they play 3 times in between their starts. These guys are laughing. They're pitchers. I know it. They play 3 times in between starts, and they're the best golfers. Today, the starting pitchers are the best. So the team and the baseball team really represents a group of people that have an understanding and an acceptance of the skill set that those others have around them. Then the buy-in builds momentum. People either believe in the vision that you're going, and it's amazing what pain someone will go through because of the game. When the game no longer oversees the pain, then people stop. As long as there's a gain that's greater than the pain, And you do it, and probably sometimes do it subconsciously and don't realize it. But as long as the gain is higher than the pain, you'll continue to engage, and there'll be a vision. Now what will happen when everything is falling apart, people will always navigate back to doing their job well. It's what happens at the end of a season when a team is out of it, and the team isn't going anywhere. They just are now up for themselves, and they're doing it just to get through. And I'm going to do my job, you know, the heck with everybody else. And you never want to go that direction. You always want to stay within the team, that there's a buy-in with the vision and what's happening. The fact that we were a fan-friendly organization and family-friendly, there was a lot of buy-in in actually what we were doing. And the third thing here is consistent successes. I giggle over this chemistry thing. People don't understand. People are constantly asking questions about chemistry and stuff, as if chemistry comes before anything. Chemistry is the result of consistent successes. I have never seen chemistry. Tell me, has anybody seen chemistry when it comes to performance of an organization or some kind of competitive nature? I would talk to anybody afterwards who's seen chemistry in a losing situation. I want to see that. It doesn't happen. I've been so far in baseball. And when you're winning, even the guy who's been moaning and groaning on the bench all year, he's on board. He is willing to go along with it. When there's failure to blame, and blame starts pointing the finger at everybody else, and no longer is one taking responsibility.